We in the house.
Yeah, buddy.
Welcome in, everybody. Welcome to a special edition on a Tuesday evening with Sports with Balls here at Christian's Tailgate. What's up, Mike?
Hey, man, it's good to see you. It's good to be back, man. God, it's good to be back.
You've been on the road, player.
1,100 miles in one. I did a total of 1,600 miles in 4 days.
1,600 miles in 4 days.
1,600 miles in 4 days.
Damn.
Yes, man, I got to see some cool stuff, man. Let me tell you.
Like I said, man, welcome and share the show when you get an opportunity. Anybody that's watching on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, everybody that's joining in, man, appreciate you guys. Welcome into Sports with Balls. It's Tuesday night. And, of course, it is a wild month, man, and the wild month continues.
That's an understatement.
I mean, the wild month continues. Even in my own personal life, the wild month continues.
Hey, I've been keeping you on your toes. You've been keeping me on my toes. So
man. Yeah, man.
That's my quarterback right there.
Welcome in, Sports with Balls, y'all. We are here, 2000 Bagby Christian's Tailgate. It is Tuesday evening. They've got drink specials, food specials. I just had the quesadillas, man, here. They're absolutely phenomenal. You had the wings all the time.
Man, buffalo wings right over there. Oh, my God.
Yeah. Y'all comment on the show. We'll try to get to them as soon as we can, man. We've got a hell of a show lined up for you today. Man, there's a lot going on in the NFL, some MLB, some NBA. Man, let's kick it off, man. Tonight's show brought to you by Brian White, attorney Brian White. You need a real attorney with real results. Call attorney Brian White, 713-500-5000. If you're in jail or if you're going to jail, that's the easiest. I don't care if you're tipsy. That's an easy number to remember.
That is.
500-5000, man.
Hey, if you can't remember that number, Andy, there's something else you got to go figure out.
Also, Fitz Roofing, our boy Corey Fitz over there with all of their awards and everything they got going on. Call Fitz Roofing or give them a call or see them on the website, fitzroofing.com. Give them a shout, 832-521-3001. That's fitzroofing.com. All right, man.
Pick it up, Corey.
Yeah.
I ain't lying, dude.
Those of y'all that are out there, man, just making sure you listen on your phone. Make sure we got sound.
I don't have it live on sound.
Huh?
I don't have it on sound.
No, just pull up Sports with Balls real quick. That's what I'm saying. Just make sure that people can hear us before we keep going. But anyways, man, like I said.
Yeah, I hear it.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
I said,
we sound good. We sound real good.
All right, we got an incredible show lined up for you, man. Let's get it going. Turn that down, please, now.
Man,
well, I mean, dude, you know you got to turn it down. I'm going to start off with saying this, okay? And then I want to get your feedback on this, man. Houston, listen, first of all, we're broadcasting from Houston, Texas, right?
Yeah.
The storms that rolled through here this morning, unreal, man. Tornadoes, roofs, it was absolutely insane this morning, the storms that are rolling through here. Now, that being said, I want to tell y'all something about the storm that's in Houston, Texas from their sports teams.
Okay.
This is listen to the people that have left this city since 2020, all right? Check this list out. Deshaun Watson, J.J. Watt, DeAndre Hopkins, Garrett Cole, James Harden, Russell Westbrook, George Springer, Carlos Correa, all of them in less than 2 years.
Gone.
That is insane.
Who's making those decisions, man?
Dude, George Springer and Carlos Correa for the Houston Astros, gone. J.J. Watt, DeAndre Hopkins, and Deshaun Watson for the Houston Texans, gone. James Harden, Russell Westbrook, gone.
I mean, that's star power.
That's all. Yeah, I mean, if not all of them are Hall of Famers in their respective sport.
And we let them out the door. We let them go. Almost for free.
Dude, it's unbelievable what's been happening in Houston with their sports franchises. And look, the only team that's consistent is the Houston Astros, right? But getting to the World Series and the ALCS and stuff like that, even with the loss of George Springer. Carlos Correa, maybe a bigger loss. Not sure yet how that's going to play out. But you can't let J.J. Watt, DeAndre Hopkins, Deshaun Watson, Garrett Cole, James Harden, Russell Westbrook, George Springer, Carlos Correa, all out the door.
Out the door. It doesn't make sense.
That's unprecedented.
That is unprecedented. It's like COVID did it.
That's wild, man. Like that is I said, all of them are Hall of Famers in their respective sport. If they can, some of them they got to continue on the road they're going down now.
Right.
But every one of them have left Houston.
And I would like to see cross-reference that with the other franchises that are winning. to see how many
Like the Yankees.
right? How many have they let go like that?
Yeah,
Because it's not a winning program, and that's what I'm getting at. Is that the mindset ain't there.
it's it's crazy to think that you've lost all those people. Like it just in Houston alone, and obviously, we touched on Deshaun Watson last week, and look, the picks came out a little bit, so Houston ended up getting actually a little bit more than we had originally thought for Deshaun Watson, which is fine. The backlash of that though is that the Cleveland Browns, in my opinion, are not even the best in their division, even after the Deshaun Watson trade.
Right.
Cincinnati's better.
And I mean, do you feel like Deshaun even thinks that he has remotely a better team than what he could have gone into? Like, why would he walk into?
I'll tell you why.
The money.
$230 million guaranteed, bro.
I thought it was 4. It's 5 years guaranteed.
Dude, he is set, man. He is set.
Dude, that's handicapping that team, bro.
Oh, 100%.
I mean,
I agree with you. I don't know exactly how that's going to play out with all of them. I could give you my opinion on how it's going to play out,
okay.
and I don't think it is.
All right. I want to hear that.
I just don't think that it's going to play out the way that Cleveland thinks it is. Now,
there's no way. There's no way.
Like, again, the Cleveland Browns are going to Cleveland Brown, right?
Yeah. They're used to it, though. That's the thing. They'll still go to the games. They're used to this crap. Oops.
Well, there's so much backlash in Cleveland because of the 22 allegations and the civil case pending. Man, some people rented out billboards, bro.
What?
Against Deshaun Watson.
Like they don't want him there?
Oh, no. It's been crazy, man. So they've got bridges.
Welcome to Cleveland.
You know where you got the fences over the bridges, go over the freeway. Yeah. They've got banners out there that say "F you Watson, go back home."
Whoa.
Like, I mean, dude, it's wild. Like they're not.
Oh wow!
The Browns fans are not accepting Deshaun Watson with open arms. I can tell you that.
I guess rightfully so because he's still up for some pending cases. So he's not completely exonerated from that. But I made a comment a couple weeks ago. That guy stuck to his guns. He's going to ride this out. He's going to have to find a way to have those fans fall in love with him, so to speak.
And guys, look, if we're having a little bit, if the screen is a little blurry, it's because here in Houston there's about 30-mile-an-hour winds outside, and the internet connection between everybody is kind of rough right now. So just bear with us, man. The audio should be good to go. But we thank you guys. Leave your comments. We'll put them up on the screen if we can. And then obviously you guys that are paying attention, there's good sports debates out there right now. But we're talking about Deshaun Watson going over to the Cleveland Browns, and where Cleveland is not really accepting Deshaun the way that you would think. You would think that they would be happy. Man, they are not.
Any other city would be like, oh, we've got Deshaun Watson.
I think so. And then you hear rumors that he didn't want to go to Philadelphia because Jalen Hurts was his friend. So that was another thing that I read, and I was
the type of dude, if you put him on a losing team, I don't know how he's going to fit in on a losing team because his competitive fire is what keeps him in the NFL.
Sure.
I have never seen a guy more
about.
And we highly vet the people that.
Hey guys, sorry about that. Look, man, the wind here in Houston is unbelievable. It's knocking out internet here and there. So just bear with us, and I'll keep you guys in. Lucas, man, appreciate you showing the love. Cleveland fans are diehard, and we were talking about Watson going to Cleveland there, and like I said, he's not being welcome like we thought he would, and I don't blame them. I think I'm on the fan side of this because. How in the NFL, look, we all know the NFL has rewarded players for doing some very, very random and crazy stuff, right? Especially to women, and women's rights activists are all over them. How do you reward a guy with 22 civil? If it was 2 or 3, like I understand, but how do you reward somebody with 22 civil cases by giving him the largest contract in NFL history?
It's going to be a tough one for me, but yes, I hear what you're saying.
No, argue it.
Yeah.
I want to hear your side.
I will argue it. Okay. One of the things that I said back in the day, this is not going to be a popular comment, I don't think.
It's all right.
But allegations are allegations.
Sure.
And we have to remember that was during COVID, okay? People were desperate. They were doing things that they didn't know they were going to have to do. They were running out of money. So these girls that allegedly just went up to these rooms, man, there's a process that they have to go through to get to that point, okay? They are complicit. I have a daughter. I teach my daughter that you put yourself in the arena, you put yourself in a tough situation, you need to figure a way out of it. Don't sit there and stay in it. So there's a component to that. Now, not many people get to hang out with a guy like Deshaun Watson. And I've had this conversation before with many people. You don't know what it's like to hang out with a professional athlete at that level. It is a totally different world.
But so my point is that, like, and I'm not, look, we're not going to sit here and argue, debate over the girl's right over Watson's right. Because, this show's not about politics. But, like, he did use his star power to influence these girls. Like, there's some sort of wrongness in there.
There's definitely on both sides. So
yeah, I would agree that point. I would agree that both sides are in some sort of wrong. And look, Deshaun Watson is going to get suspended at some point. And to make matters worse on this contract, his first year he's in Cleveland, he's only getting paid $1 million because of that fact.
So they backloaded it.
So they backloaded. So when he gets suspended and the fines come in, it's only off that $1 million.
That's smart.
That's smart, but kind of like you talk about shafting the females. Like, I mean, golly. Well, maybe it saves him money so he can pay them.
Right.
I'm just saying, man.
Right.
I am
this is what I would like Deshaun Watson to do. I would like for him to take responsibility of his actions. Okay, if there is something that he did, take responsibility of your actions.
Sure,
okay?
But he's because he's an NFL player. There's no way he's gonna. There's no admission of guilt coming out from Deshaun. You know that they're all gonna sign. They're gonna get paid, and they're gonna sign their NDAs, and you're never gonna hear about this again.
Right.
Now it's up to. I was talking to my buddy Joe today, and it's up to Deshaun Watson's on-field performance just to know if this is forgotten or not. Deshaun Watson starts winning in Cleveland,
it's all forgotten.
It's gone. Like, you won't ever hear about it. And look, I'm sorry to say that about sports, and and I feel bad for the females that are involved in this. Yeah, but like when he starts winning, nobody will remember this.
That's how it always goes.
Now, if he loses, this is a shitstorm.
They don't call the dog. They don't call the dog
pound.
Yeah. So here's the deal with that, man. Now, I kind of like what the Cleveland Brown fans are doing, because they're like, hey, you're not going to just come into our town thinking that we're going to be in open arms. You got to earn it.
Sure.
Okay?
Yeah.
And if there's anything that Deshaun Watson is going to do, he's going to earn it. Because when he gets out on that field, man, he's on a different playing level. And we all know that because we see it. So having said that, being able to see Deshaun Watson go out there and spin it, man, that's going to woo those guys. That's going to woo the fans the first game. He comes out of that thing blowing and going, it is all forgotten. Now, how they ride that wave is up to the team, obviously. So,
yeah, we're going to find out what happens. And again, if he starts 3-7, you get ready. It's coming. But if he starts 7-3, you're not going to remember any of this. No. I promise you. You're just be like, and he's out there leading the league in yardage and leading the lead in receptions or completion percentage. Like, it's going to be a different story. But what I was alluding to before, we had some technical difficulties, and thank you guys for hanging in there with us. Like I said, super windy day here in Houston. So if the internet goes out, I'll get it back. Don't worry about it. Matt Ryan leaves his beloved Atlanta Falcons. And if y'all remember, Matt Ryan came in at the end of the Mike Vick deal. Like, right, so that was the end of Mike Vick, and then Matt Ryan comes in, ended up taking them to a Super Bowl, which we all know, the 28-3 lead, and he blew it to Tom Brady. And he only gets 2 third-rounders. Matt Ryan got traded for 2 third-rounders. And one third-rounder.
One third-rounder.
I don't know
if that was
I don't know if Matt Ryan and the Colts are going to be good, man. Frank Reich, to me,
is in a bad position.
I don't see, because they've changed so many times. They've had 7 quarterbacks in 7 years. And I don't see Matt Ryan being – he'll be 38 years old in the middle of the season.
He's going to throw it. He's
not Tom Brady, guys. I'm just here to tell you.
He's not Tom Brady, but he is going to throw it. He's going to get his yards, okay? He's going to be able to get the ball where it needs to go. He's just not a guy that in the fourth quarter that I'm going to put my money on when the game is on the line. He just doesn't have that it when it comes to the fourth quarter. So,
well, you say that.
They just need a quarterback. They got that running back, dude.
But Jonathan Taylor. But you say that, but he is tied with Matt Stafford for the most fourth quarter comebacks in the last like 7, 8 years.
How many rings he got?
42. Yeah, no.
Okay.
Well, Matt. Okay, so I hear people argue both sides of this, right? And it's a good debate, but I think that Matt Ryan, and at this point in his career, is pretty much the exact same as Carson Wentz. He's going to be. I think he's going to be very fragile. His arm strength is gone.
Yeah.
And like, granted, he probably has a better offensive line in Indy and a good running back, but he's going to need a better offensive line, a great running back, great receivers, great defense.
Every game.
Now, here's the kicker to where he's going. All right, he's got a killer division to be in. Who's he battling with? The Houston Texans. The Jacksonville Jaguars. I mean, come on, dude. Like, I mean, he's probably gonna win.
He's the top dog quarterback in that division because you got Lawrence and Davis Mills that he's going up against. So he will actually be the best quarterback in that division.
Well, I don't know. The Tennessee Titans have Tannehill. So, and Tannehill. Look, I thought the Titans should have gone to the Super Bowl last year. I really do.
They are a quarterback away from the Super Bowl.
Yeah, they were 12-5 last year. The Colts were 9-8, which, I'm here to tell you right now, the Colts next year, 9-8. Same exact record. They don't improve any. Jonathan Taylor without Jonathan Taylor last year, the Colts would have been, I don't know, they probably would have won 6 games. Jonathan Taylor was an absolute beast. I had him on fantasy football, and it was phenomenal. I loved him. But like the Jacksonville Jaguars, Houston Texans, Indiana, the only team in that division they're going to compete with is the Titans. And the Titans rely on Derrick Henry. If he's healthy.
So we're just having an old school backyard gridiron pound the rock game.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they play each one of those teams twice during the year, and I just don't. They're not going to have a problem winning some games in that division.
Right.
Like, I think the Colts are better than Texans. I think the Colts are better than the Jaguars. Now, granted, Trevor Lawrence, like you said, goes on to his second year this year in the NFL.
But still with no weapons.
Yeah, maybe he gets a little better. I don't know.
That's going to be tough. I mean, they do have, they got his teammate who has the running back. He'll be in his second year, the first rounder they took. Receiver-wise, unless they get somebody in free agency or whatever, I don't see anybody really emerging as a true number one. So he's in a really tough place as far as being able to put numbers up.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so Matt Ryan, I'm sure he might be a Hall of Famer. Been to one Super Bowl, didn't win. We all know 28-3, the comeback. It's just, I don't see how he makes the Colts better than when Carson Wentz is there. Y'all can sit here and argue all day long that Matt Ryan's better than Carson Wentz, but Matt Ryan last year was ranked 21st in the NFL at quarterback.
Quarterback rating?
He's ranked 21st. There's 32 teams. Now y'all can say, he didn't have weapons. Dude, Cordell Patterson was killing it.
Yeah.
Killing it last year. Like, they had Kyle Pitts. Granted, he was hurt just a little bit. But, I mean, dude, other than Jonathan Taylor and that offensive line, what do the Colts have? Pittman? Yeah. He's okay at wide receiver, but I don't understand these people that, Matt Ryan's going to do great over there. No, he's not. He's 38.
Yeah. Right.
His arm strength is pretty much gone, I mean, you're looking at, almost a Cam Newton type situation, except Cam was younger.
A noodle arm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got the name and the noodle. Name in the noodle. There you go.
That's my opinion. Like, y'all can argue with me all day long if you want. I just don't see the Colts going any better than 9-8. I don't. Matt Ryan, yay, Colts.
Yeah.
And you know what's funny is that I didn't hear any of the Atlanta Falcons fans like, oh my God, thank you, Matt, thank you for this. No, dude, he left Atlanta and he's been there his whole career, and there was nothing.
Just crickets.
Nobody said anything, dude. Like, usually there's like a letter from the fans or him and his family. Dude, there's nothing. All of a sudden he's just an Indianapolis Colt, and it was like, dude, what's the one thing you remember Matt Ryan for?
Nothing.
Yeah, the 28-3 Super Bowl. That's it. Like, that's Matt Ryan's whole career, 28-3, and then he blew it. That's his whole career. The man's clapping over here.
Hey, what's up, man?
I mean, that's all you know Matt Ryan for. And like I said, the Atlanta fans didn't even care if he left.
Right.
They did not care. Yeah. And then Atlanta turns around and signs Marcus Mariota. And they're like, okay, yay.
We're good.
They're good.
He actually is going to fit in that system pretty good.
I think Marcus Mariota might do pretty well over there. I really do.
I like that move. That's a slick move right there. That's a guy that he needs a little bit of confidence boost. He needs to be in a system where he feels like he's wanted and he's loved because he is a little sensitive, and I understand.
He's a little sensitive. Dude, I love this show, Sports with Balls, baby. Well, tell him how it is.
I'm a sensitive guy, and but if I'm on a team, and this happened to me recently, like I'm talking about recently, and like when I have your trust and I trust you, man, I'm going all out. There is no other way that I know to do other than go all out, and I think that's how Mariota is. I have met him before, and I can see that he has that little sensitive side to him like I do. An ultra-competitive person, but he's got really fragile.
Look, he's not the biggest of guys, right? And he does still have a cannon. I like Marcus Mariota. I don't know, like Cordell Patterson put on his Twitter, like, he's going to be warming up his arm, because he's a jack of all trades, right? So, right. Yeah. I don't know if he's going to throw the football that much. But I look, the over-under in Atlanta, 4 Atlanta wins is probably 5.5, 6 games, I would think. And the only reason you give them 5.5, 6 games is because of the division that they're in, right? They got the Texans twice, Jackson Jaguars twice, and if they have an unhealthy Tennessee Titans team twice, they could possibly win 6. Right. And then maybe, I haven't looked at their schedule yet, but Marcus Mariota might be serviceable, but this is a complete rebuild for Atlanta.
Yeah, they're in rebuild mode.
Yeah. And so I think, let me check out real quick. I forgot what order they are in the draft, but I think they should there's 2 quarterbacks that are trying to come out right now. So Atlanta sits at number 8. And there's the Malik kid, and then there's the kid from Ole Miss that's a badass. And I think they might try to go after one of them. Now, here's the flip side to all this. Baker Mayfield we'll get that in a second. We'll get that in a second. Hold on.
Okay.
So you got number 8 Falcons, and I think that they're going to play with Marcus Mariota, but the draft is in a little over a month, and you're trying to figure out where some of these guys are going. I mean, look, the Jaguars sit number 1, they're going O-line. The Lions sit number 2, probably going D-line. Texans at number 3, probably going O-line.
Yeah.
The Jets.
Do you think they're going O-line, or are they going to go bookend DN guy?
Either one. Yeah. Either one of those, depending on who's available. Depending on who the Jags and Lions take, the Texans will either go O or D-line.
Yeah.
The Jets and Giants, the Giants may take a quarterback. I don't know. No, they won't. Then you have the Panthers at number 6, and then you have the Giants again at number 7. So maybe they will take a quarterback in one of those. I'm not exactly sure yet. And then you have the Falcons at number 8. So Seahawks 9, and then Jets again 10. Listen to those teams, dude. Ouch. 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 Man. And I say Seahawks number 9. This is why I bring this up. Baker Mayfield and Jimmy Garoppolo are still out on the market. Those are the 2 biggest names in OBJ, that are still sitting out there. No idea where they're exactly going to go. And I think the only place that Baker Mayfield could go is Seattle.
Yeah.
That's it. And it's weird because they're going to have to release him. Now, I read today in a very interesting article, and check this out. This is going to blow y'all's mind. If they release him, guess who's going to pick him up?
I don't know.
The Pittsburgh Steelers.
Why? How? What?
Because they signed Mitchell Trubisky, but that's Mitch Trubisky.
Right. It's a low.
So now you bring in Baker Mayfield on a low end contract, and you have a quarterback competition.
That would be pretty cool.
I think Baker and Pittsburgh,
Baker
in the same division as Cleveland. Oh, I want to watch those football games.
can you see Baker as a Steeler? He just doesn't seem, he is kind of a competitive guy, but he's not a grunt.
Well, okay, so they signed the Steelers signed they signed Mitch Trubisky on a 2-year, $14.25 million contract. Check that out, dude. Just compare that. Mitchell Trubisky got signed 2 years, $14.25, worth up to $27 million in incentives, right? Deshaun Watson got $230 million guaranteed. You want to? I mean,
it's like a 300% difference.
Oh my god, dude! Wow.
Talking about how do you value that? How does one guy?
That's insane.
Yeah.
As 4 years as a starting quarterback at the Bears, Trubisky completed. He was 64% of his passes, 10,609 yards, 64 touchdowns, 37 picks, and I think Baker Mayfield's an upgrade for Mitchell Trubisky.
He's definitely an upgrade, but not much.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that either. But, they've got Najee Harris, who's an absolute stud. Look, their defense is going to be top 5 in the league for sure. And then I think Baker Mayfield can work with that.
Yeah. And he can manage that and not screw it up.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to be the guy that makes the big play. Let the other guys around you. And that's a hard transition for a quarterback.
Yeah.
So I would like, maybe that's something Baker works out. It's like, hey, dude, yeah, you came in the league, you had a bunch of publicity.
He's had 4 different head coaches in Cleveland.
Yeah,
technically.
Right. Now he's going to get on his 5th.
Yeah, now he's. And he's been injured, shoulder issues last year, and he's still. Look, I'm not a big Baker Mayfield fan. No. I'm not out here rooting for Baker Mayfield to do anything crazy, but I think that, and I even like Mitchell Trubisky a little bit, especially for the money they got him for, but I think he's better than Mitchell. He'd be a good quarterback. And this is if he gets released. So the Browns are trying to trade him. And like I said, Seattle's the only real landing spot for him.
Right.
The only other thing that would happen is if San Francisco did a switch and said, y'all take Jimmy, we'll take Baker.
Baker. That would be cool.
Because the only teams that are left right now are Seattle and San Francisco. But because San Francisco made it apparent at the end of the season last year that they were getting rid of Jimmy. But now Jimmy Garoppolo's his worth has just shot down. And Jimmy Garoppolo cannot throw a football for the next 4 months because of surgery.
Yeah.
So you're taking a massive risk on Jimmy anywhere he goes.
Big time. That's an interesting deal right there because we're down to Baker Mayfield and Jimmy Garoppolo as the last 2 quarterbacks available. Why did Pittsburgh, why did Atlanta, and why did the Colts pass up on Jimmy? Because of the arm.
Well, yeah, because he can't throw for 4 months, and there's a bunch of articles out there that say why they have, and now you have this like I said, the March Madness, the NFL March Madness has completely surpassed March Madness in the NCAA. Right now, don't get me wrong, we're gonna get in the Sweet 16 here in a little bit, but like the NFL has dominated headlines, and now it's kind of coming to the end, and we're like in the next 3 or 4 days, you would hope that you'd find out where Baker goes or where Jimmy goes or where OBJ goes. Mm-hmm. There's a few offensive linemen out there, defensive linemen that are going to go places, but those are like the big names. And I would love if Cleveland releases Baker Mayfield and he goes to Pittsburgh, that's going to be fantastic. I mean, if I'm the NFL, I'm rooting for that because you're in that division. You're in that same division. You're like, here we go.
Little crosstown rivalry.
Dude, that'd be awesome.
Heck yeah. That would be cool.
Yeah, and look, it sucks that you're putting Baker Mayfield in the same category as Mitchell Trubisky, but I mean, you're only going to get one third rounder or maybe a player for Baker.
Right, that's it. Yeah, you're not getting much. Right.
No, because he hasn't really proved himself. Right. In fact, I think he has a losing record total in the NFL. Now, granted, like I said, he's had 4 or 5 different head coaches. Mm-hmm. He's had different offensive coordinators. He's been injured a lot. Baker hasn't actually had like the best of times in Cleveland. Like, good that he needed to go from there. I don't know what he's going to be like after that, but his personality doesn't fit a lot of places.
No, it doesn't. And I tell you what, one thing he did really good in Cleveland is those commercials.
Yeah, dude, digging those commercials, man. That's for sure. Let's see, man. Thank you, Kevin Anthony. Thank you, Chewy, man. Thank you, all you guys tuning in. Leave your comments, man. We're sitting over here, Chris's Tailgate 2000 Bagby, man, having a blast up here. We'll be here for the next 30 more minutes. We give you an hour straight sports with myself, Mike Scarborough, man. Unbelievable. So I want to go back to something real quick. We were talking about Deshaun Watson earlier and the trade that happened, and now you see Watson away from Houston, which is great. He's going to be a Cleveland Brown. And by all accounts, was just a shocking move. So check out the Texans' 2022 draft picks, dude. They've got 11 of them, dude. Pick 3, pick 13.
That's a starting lineup
pick
right
37, there. Pick 68, pick 80, 107, 108 back-to-back in round 4, 183, 205, and 207 in round 6, and then 245, dude.
This is the pick right here that I'm really interested in, that 80th pick.
In round 3?
Yeah, because when you get to the third round, you're into the second wave, right? So y'all 32 teams have picked their first, and then you go to your second, that's 64. And so you're right, see that 68? That pick right there is going to be an interesting pick.
And I'm also going to tell you that it's been rumored that the Texans are also going to trade Jeremy Tunsil.
Yeah.
So they could
additional
they could actually have more than this.
Yes.
I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 picks already in the 2022 draft. Nick Caserio better not F this up, dude. I mean, man, because you can change your entire franchise with the 2022 NFL draft. And there's offensive linemen out there. There's D linemen out there. There's linebackers out there. There's defensive ends out there. There's defensive backs. There's wide receivers. There's everybody out there. And you have 11. As of right now, they might get more. Now, even taking a step further, they can trade those picks to move up.
Right. Yep.
I mean, they literally could get 4 or 5 top players out of the 2022 draft.
Yes.
If Nick Caserio messes this up. Well, you thought people were on Houston's ass right now.
Yeah.
Wow. If it's 2023 and they haven't done anything, man, the Texans might have to move again.
Please.
Just here to tell you.
Geez, this is it's embarrassing. I was embarrassed after the Watson deal, and we talked about that because the show before that, we were so excited. It's like, if they go to Seattle, blah, 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 they can change the franchise around. And now, look, Caserio and his staff have had a lot of time to think about this draft.
Yeah, okay, for sure.
They should have about 15 different draft boards, 15 different scenarios, and they should know exactly who they're getting and not even freaking waffle to have that talent evaluated and ready to go. Yeah. And God forbid one of those guys gets hurt during pro day, whatever. Oh, by the way, you want to go to some pro days?
Yeah, I've got a couple of them that we could go to.
Okay.
I can go to a couple of. I've got a couple of my buddies that have their sons going into the draft, and
cool.
So we might be broadcasting from a house with JT Woods out of Baylor.
JT Woods.
He's supposed to go top second round. Wouldn't that be great if he went to the Texans and were there live? That'd be pretty crazy.
That would be legit. I'm talking about pro day workouts.
Oh, the workouts?
Yeah. They got TCUs and UTs I've been invited to, so
I'm ready.
Let's do it. Yeah.
So we're talking about Watson
Maybe I'll run a 40.
We're talking about Watson going to Cleveland. We're talking about Baker Mayfield and where he stands. Like, even though he was injured, 3 major injuries last year. In 2020, Baker Mayfield ranked 10th in QBR, and Brady ranked 9th, and Carr ranked 11th. So he's right in between. This is in 2020 before his injuries, and this is without a steady offensive coordinator and a steady head coach.
Right.
So
that's still pretty damn good.
Yeah,
you got to give it to him. All right.
Baker Mayfield, I think a change of scenery. It might be good. Might be really good for him.
And honestly, I think I would want a change of scenery from Cleveland myself.
And I don't think that he's going to go to Seattle because Seattle is in they're in a 100% now rebuild. Like that, they are rebuilding.
Yeah, he's not going there. If he does, that means he's going there strictly for money. Because there's no way a guy in the sixth, 7th year of his career would want to go to a situation like that. I know that I wouldn't.
The Seahawks.
What's attractive about that? It's like going out on a date with your sister.
Yeah. Oh my God!
I had to get that one out, man.
Oh man,
my sister's cool though.
Kevin Anthony says horns down. He's massive LSU guy.
I got TCU, man. I got a picture at Slaps Barbecue in KC where I'm putting up the horns and the TCU. So I don't know if I told you this, but allegedly I'm on the ballot for the Hall of Fame for TCU. So I got to do all these events. It's not like I got to do them, but yes, they made it very clear. You have to do this, Mike. And I'm like, man. Look, what I did on the football field should have been enough, and it's just not like that.
I hope you get in. I want to go, man. I want to
go. What? Come on, dude. You already know what's up. If that happens, you're going to be up there spinning it for me.
Kevin Anthony's throwing it down, and he can't wait for UT to be distant memory in the SEC.
There you go.
Get him, Kevin.
Kevin, I mean, if you want to come to the orange-white game, I'll get you on the field, bro. How about that?
Let's go. See, maybe wear your LSU gear.
Just let me know if you want to go. I'll put you on the list. VIP, baby.
I highly doubt he'll do that. So, getting back to the Seahawks.
You can wear your purple and gold, too.
The Seahawks starting quarterback on the roster right now is Drew Lock.
Who?
Yeah, Drew Lock.
Drew Lock.
Ouch,
Oh,
bro.
that's the
That's in the trade. It's in the trade from Denver.
No, hold on. Dude, that's the old Broncos quarterback.
Yeah, that's
okay.
Because Russell Wilson went to Seattle, obviously. So in the trade, they get Drew Lock. So right now, the Seattle Seahawks starting quarterback is Drew Lock. If you're DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett, you're pissed.
Yeah, I'm sitting this one out.
I broke my toe.
Yep. Plantar fasciitis. That's the one. When you want to catch it in,
is kicking in.
Yeah, when you want to kick it in is because plantar fasciitis isn't something that can just go and CAT scan that bad boy, right? It's hurt or it's not hurt. Oh. Man, you had cool hair even then, bro.
Just a picture of me, from high school just popped up.
Oh, look at him! It's so cute.
That's hysterical. Wow.
Shoot,
don't do that.
Oh, look at him. Whoa.
Oh man. But Seattle, I mean, right now on the roster, Seattle's starting quarterback is Drew Lock, which. Look, if you're a Seattle fan, you understand that the team is in a massive rebuild. You don't have necessarily a starting running back that hasn't been injured constantly. So I feel like Seattle, maybe they won't pick up Baker because that doesn't mean you're in a rebuild unless you're going to build around Baker Mayfield. Like I said, Seattle is, they're number 9 in the draft. So they could go after a quarterback then, or they can use may use some picks to move up if somebody's going to grab one. But I told you the 1, 2, and 3 Jaguar, Lions, Texans, and even 4 Jets, they're not taking quarterbacks.
No.
And so far, there's 2 quarterbacks out there. Ole Miss quarterback, I forget his name. Kevin Anthony. What's the Ole Miss's quarterback name? And then you've got Malik that's out there that's a stud. And so there's only 2 quarterbacks, which I think will fall. They should fall to 8 and 9, which are. Coincidentally, the Falcons and the Seahawks. And if they're in rebuild mode,
that's a perfect fit.
If they're in rebuild mode,
you do it around a quarterback.
Then the Cleveland Browns are going to drop Baker Mayfield because they can't trade him to either one of those. They don't want him. And Pittsburgh is going to pick up Baker Mayfield.
I see where you're going with that. I see where you're going with that. I like that. Okay. I mean, see, that's what a quarterback does. They think a lot. And they think very rational, like whereas me,
Matt Carroll.
Don't.
Thank you, Kevin. Matt Carroll. Sorry, I have to do the show on my computer. I can't really go into all the things and pull up what I want to. So Matt Carroll, yeah. So Matt Carroll and Malik are the only 2 really top quarterbacks that are coming out. The other kid that apparently has too small of hands. Like, wow, really? I didn't even know that was a thing. They came out and said that he has the 3rd smallest hands ever, for a top draft pick.
That's so embarrassing.
How do you know that?
Because they measure.
Well, I get it, man, but
they do that.
Really?
You go up to a board. I'm not kidding you.
He's been balling since he was in high school, junior high. I don't care what his hand size is.
Jeff, there are exercises that you do.
Well, I think he did. No, but I think he did. So the reason I bring this up is they're saying that his hand size raised 1/8 of an inch in the last month and a half. And I know this is a weird conversation for a lot of y'all,
but it's real, man. That's what they do. They measure everything. There's only one thing on the body they don't measure in the freaking combine, and y'all can figure that one out.
Sports with balls. Love it, man. Welcome in. Thank y'all for paying attention on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, man. Like and share the show, you guys. Appreciate y'all for watching Sports with Balls, man. We have a blast up here. Myself, Jeff Michael, with Mike Scarborough. It is awesome. What a day today, man. We've been going over some stuff already, dude. We're flying by this show.
Is it almost over?
No, we still got 20 minutes.
Okay, let's do another hour.
Let's do another hour. Let's go.
We could.
So real quick before we switch gears, we'll stay with the NFL just for a second because I want to get into Jimmy Garoppolo and the San Francisco 49ers. We touched on it a little bit that he can't throw the ball for 4 months, and I don't know if they move him. And if they don't move him, does Trey Lance start next year?
Got to.
You just sit Jimmy Garoppolo? They got
Why not?
Jimmy Garoppolo went into Dallas and beat the Cowboys with Dak Prescott. That Super Bowl team for you Cowboys fans. By the way, Kevin's a massive Cowboy fan, so talk all the crap you want about.
Oh, God, Kevin, you have really bad.
Cowboys and LSU.
Your weekends must really suck. I mean, Saturday's great, and then Sunday comes around oh, man.
What an up and down roller coaster, man.
I'm just kidding. I love you, man.
Jimmy G and San Francisco, he went into Dallas and beat Dallas, right? Turns around and goes into Lambeau Field and beats Aaron Rodgers, and you're going to sit him?
Well, you're going to have to, man. God. The first 4 games of the season, man, you're trying to iron things out anyways. He's a veteran quarterback. He doesn't need the reps necessarily. He can get those in practice. But he needs to be healthy. Okay, they're not going to get him. I shouldn't say they're not going to, because I'm not the coach or the GM. But I just don't see why you would need him in the first 4 games, anyways. Let's say you go 2-2 in that stretch, or you go 1-4 in that stretch. You still have an opportunity to come back and make a good run.
Yeah.
So be healthy. Come back. You're old. You don't want to rush those things. And it's a longer season, man. You got 17 games, man. People don't need to take that consideration, because, man, after those 4 games. Let me tell you.
Well, he can throw. So this is all off season. He might be ready for the start of the season.
He might be, but what's the point if he's not 100%? Don't force it.
Yeah, but how do you bench a guy that got you to the NFC Championship game?
I don't think you bench him. You just it's more like a play it by ear. But yeah, they're not in a good position with their backup. Okay, if they had a better talented backup that was ready to go, I could see him definitely not starting him. But they're going to be forced to start Garoppolo when he's not 100%. And then what happens? Then you're going into the season 80%.
Well, that's why they're trying to get rid of him. But now, almost all the quarterback positions in the NFL have been filled. It's been mania the last 2 weeks, and all these quarterbacks going everywhere. So now his only landing spot would be Seattle, but they're in a rebuild. So where does Jimmy G go? Like I said earlier, the only thing that would make sense is swap him.
Swap him, or I can tell Jimmy Garoppolo he needs to go and visit a guy down there in Calabasas, California. His name is Jerry. He can get you on a program. I'm telling you, I can't divulge the information. Jeff and I cannot tell y'all, but you can reach out to Jeff, or you can reach out to and we can at least point you in the direction.
Who, Jimmy Garoppolo?
Yeah, because there's this. There's a guy. Oh, don't get it twisted, bro. Because the people that have been contacting me on the back channel of everything, this guy in Calabasas, California, and I can't say the name of the company because we're not clear to do so, he is doing things with NFL football players that are just unprecedented.
Yeah, you're talking about his surgery on his shoulder.
No, I'm talking about what they do post surgery and recovery, rehabilitation, and all that.
I'm sure Jimmy's just fine. Like I said, he's got a bunch of dudes out there, but he's going to play. Well, first of all, San Francisco's in a really good position in the NFC, right? The Dallas Cowboys got worse this offseason. There's only 2 teams that got better during the offseason, right? Tampa Bay, because Brady came back and Godwin just signed, and the Los Angeles Rams. They got better. All the other teams, you got massive drama in Arizona with Kyler Murray. And can he stay healthy? Seattle Seahawks rebuild. Carolina, terrible. Atlanta, terrible. New Orleans, they just re-signed Jameis Winston, so that's 20 interceptions. You got Detroit Lions. You got Chicago Bears.
Damn.
You got Detroit, Chicago, and the Minnesota Vikings. And the Green Bay Packers, they're with the Cowboys. They got worse.
Yeah.
They lost the best wide receiver in football. So, and then you go to the NFC East, of course. Dallas, you got Philadelphia, who'll be okay, but Dallas got worse. Philadelphia, and then you have Washington and New York. So the the San Francisco 49ers are already in a good spot.
Yeah.
They're going to make the playoffs. They have a great run game. They got a great defense, and Kyle Shanahan is an incredible head coach.
Oh, yeah, one of the best, if not the best.
They're good. Now, if they were in the AFC, you'd have issues. But, I mean, I don't know if you start Trey Lance, man. I don't know if you do that.
That's going to be tough. Here's the thing I like about Shanahan. Not only is he a good coach, but he is a good halftime adjustment coach.
Yes. He's really good.
Really good.
Dude, they went into Dallas and beat Dallas. They went into Green Bay and beat both those games. They were double-digit underdogs.
Right. And they go in there and they.
Well, no, I'm sorry. In the Green Bay game, if I remember correctly, it was only like -3.5, and I was like, "Whoa, there's something weird to this game."
Well, you sniff those things out because, man, you're gonna have to teach me this whole betting, these odds and all that. Well, I mean,
maybe we'll have a gambling show.
I got a little extra money right now. I need to put it in a shell company.
All right, man. We have been all over the NFL lately, but let's switch gears for a second, man, and talk about the NCAA tournament that is going on. The Sweet 16 is set, man. It is set. I'm fired up. Have you been watching any of this?
Man, I have been in the car, bro. I have literally been in the car for almost 24 hours straight, if you look at it. I have not heard anything about college football, like basketball. I'm sorry.
Well, if you're from Houston, you're excited, right?
U of H is in there.
University
Red Raiders are in there.
Yep. Texas Tech, U of H. You got Vanderbilt, Michigan, KU, UNC, Georgetown, Arkansas, Iowa State, Arizona, Purdue, Miami.
Duke,
it's going to be fun.
Is that Duke?
Yeah, Duke.
So Duke's still in it? Okay, so
Duke made it.
They still got some big names in there.
Yeah, they still have star power, right? I think the big team that everybody's freaking out about, of course, would be St. Peter's. That is only the third. I think it's the third 12 seed or above to make it to the Sweet 16, which is pretty incredible. And but it's going to be fun to watch.
Isn't St. Peter's kind of notoriously known for making these little appearances?
No, they've never made it.
Okay,
Nobody's made it this part.
Okay. Who's the sleeper? Who's out there? Who has
St. Peter's is going to be obviously the team that everybody's kind of freaking out trying to watch.
The underdog and the Cinderella whatever type story. And then who is the one that everybody is picking to kind of win and run the table?
Thursday's games are Arkansas, 4th seed Arkansas at number 1 Gonzaga. Then you have 11 Michigan, which I would say that's the story because you have what's his name? What's the head coach's name that used to play for Michigan? It's just slipping my mind right now. Juwan Howard. Juwan Howard's their head coach, and he just got suspended for slapping the shit out of that dude on the sideline. Right? And so they've made it to the Sweet 16, and they're an 11th seed. They play number 2 Villanova on Thursday, and then, which I think is these next 2 games are going to be incredible.
Yeah.
Texas Tech and Duke, and then University of Houston and Arizona. That's going to be some good basketball. I can't wait for Thursday's matchup. Now
that's this Thursday.
Yeah,
right? Yeah. Dang it, I'll be gone.
Yeah, you will be. I will let you know what happens. But Arkansas, Gonzaga, Michigan, Villanova, Duke, and Texas Tech. And then on Friday, you've got St. Peter's playing number 3 Purdue, which is a winnable game for St. Peter's. Purdue is not dominant like they used to be in the past. Yeah, they're only a 3rd seed, and St. Peter's being a 15 seed, bro. If they make it to the Elite 8, that's great for that school.
Yeah,
I love those stories.
Me too.
And this is what March Madness is all about.
There's always that one team. So that's going to be my team that I'm going to go ahead and root for. I'll listen to somehow, some way on the way to Canyon Lake. Texas.
Yep. And then you've got North Carolina facing UCLA, which UCLA's ballers. North Carolina's made it pretty far, obviously. I mean, who wouldn't want to see a North Carolina Duke game? I'm not looking exactly at both brackets, but that would be awesome.
Yeah, it would.
Iowa State, 11 Iowa State, and number 10 Miami. Miami's sort of one of those underdog teams that have really stepped up.
Snuck in there a little bit.
And that's your Sweet 16, dude. That's incredible. St. Peter's, Purdue, Providence, Kansas, North Carolina, UCLA, Iowa State, and Miami. And then I think Wednesday or Thursday's games are more interesting with Arkansas, Gonzaga, Michigan, Villanova, Texas Tech, Duke, and Houston. The University of Houston, their second straight Sweet 16. Yeah, I think it's that. I think that's the Cougs. Versus number 1 Arizona, which is going to be a really tough game for them. And that's the late game. It starts at 9 o'clock, man.
You know who we're going to see out running around for that game? Old Raj.
Yeah, Raj will definally be out.
Real estate Raj.
University of Houston might have a little bit of an advantage. They play at the AT&T Center, which is in San Antonio, which is 2.5 hours away from Houston. Right. So they're going to travel well.
Right.
They'll have a lot of fans there. I don't think there's a lot of Arizona fans in San Antonio. So
no,
we'll see.
That's a far drive for Arizonians.
So I went to what was it? I think I went to the NCAA championship here in Houston, and it was in 2000. What was that, 4 or 5 years ago? I'd have to check and see. But Villanova was in it, and it was an incredible basketball game.
Oh yeah, man! I remember our streets.
We had it in our NRG. Yeah, we had it in NRG. Yeah, and I've been to the Final Four in San Antonio, which is amazing. It was awesome, and AT&T Center. That's where they're having the Sweet 16 right now. So,
nice. Man, what's that? That's a good-looking football.
Yeah, is it? Oh my God!
Goodness gracious! Can I show you my pics of my storms that I was following and taking pictures of? And that's kind of my darling.
Yeah.
I'm a nerd when it comes to technology, man. It's so weird. You wouldn't think so.
Go to Sports with Balls on any one of our pages, man. Let me know who you think is going to win the NCAA championship. Obviously, we'll get down to the Final Four after this coming up weekend. It's going to be exciting.
I've got a promo going on right now, and I'm a little surprised that nobody has called in yet. I'm sure they will, hopefully. But me, Jeff, are giving away some Hey Dude shoes. If you go to Sports with Balls website or Facebook, you'll see the promo. Type in that code to either Jeff, myself, or sports with balls. Let us know what size shoe you are, if you're a girl or boy, and we'll pick the color for you. Or you tell us the color, and you'll get some Hey Dude shoes, complimentary of sports with balls.
There you go. Post it on the comments so the guys can see it.
I did.
All right.
Sure.
Quarterbacks. Let's get back to some NFL before we get out of here. There's 6 quarterbacks making $40 million. And I'm going to read these quarterbacks off to you, and I want you to tell me the one that you know for sure doesn't deserve $40 million a year. All right? Patrick Mahomes.
Yes.
Matt Stafford. On the fence.
Yeah, fence.
Aaron Rodgers.
No.
No?
No.
2 MVPs, a Super Bowl champ.
He's got 1 ring, dude.
Wow. Josh Allen.
Yes.
Deshaun Watson.
Yes.
Dak Prescott.
No. Not a but a hell.
I mean, I'm sitting here looking at this, right? Pat Mahomes, Super Bowl champion, right?
Right.
Aaron Rodgers, Super Bowl champion. Matt Stafford, Super Bowl champion. Josh Allen, absolute stud. Worth every penny. Yeah, gonna get it. Deshaun Watson, like, who knows? He's really young.
Not gonna get it.
Just, I don't know if he will. I doubt it.
No way.
And then Dak Prescott, who has never even been the first round of the playoffs.
He ain't gonna sniff a Super Bowl as long as he's in. He won't even sniff the Super Bowl when he's an alumni.
Dak equals trash. Dude, Kevin Anthony, Mr. Cowboys fan. Dak equals trash. Man, I gotta say, you're probably correct, dude. No, okay, that's bad, right? That's terrible. He's not trash, but
he's not trash.
If I'm giving him a grade, I'm saying B plus, and a B. That's fair. That's around there.
That's fair,
right? He's not trash, but you need Pat Mahomes A plus. Matt Stafford, A+. Aaron Rodgers, A+. Josh Allen, A+. Deshaun Watson, yet to be seen. Dak Prescott, nowhere near A+.
No. And let me ask you a question. For real. Do you think the Zeke Elliott effect has caused Dak Prescott to have such a mediocre career?
Yes.
They're 100%. So close as friends, and it's like, man, dude, it's like, how do you tell your best friend, dude, you suck? Sports with balls. I'm saying for real. I mean, how do you do that, dude? I don't want you in the huddle no more, man. Just stay over there, eat your soup on the sideline.
Yeah, Zeke. The Cowboys have an issue. I'm not gonna lie. The Cowboys have a pretty big issue. I would love to tell you that Zeke Elliott's gonna have a breakout year, but in running back years, he's past his prime. And I think he had 2 great years with the Cowboys. They paid him way too much money. I think every Cowboy fan knows that now.
Yep.
And they have lost a lot of their players now because they paid Zeke all this money and thought that they were going to run the offense through Zeke Elliott.
Yeah, right.
And then they turn around and say, no, we're not going to run the offense through Zeke. We're going to run it through Dak.
Yep.
And when Dak throws 40-plus passes, he loses almost every single game.
That's right. You're right.
And it's like they got it ass backwards.
They do have it ass backwards. And over there, the Cowboy fans, they have got to be, frustrated from all get out.
Dude.
And, they're diehard.
Last year.
They're diehard. They will MF for you all day long about the Cowboys. Yeah,
Cowboys knew they were beating San Francisco. They opened the gates at Jerry World. Y'all were stampeding people. Literally, it was on the news. They was running over people trying to get to your seats, and they're gonna. Jimmy Garoppolo beat y'all. I'm just saying.
Ouch.
And the reason Jimmy Garoppolo beat y'all is because Zeke Elliott couldn't run the football. I don't agree with
that whole, like you had said a week ago or two, that signing of Zeke Elliott literally took the wind out of the room for the Cowboys. And, I'm sure someone's going to get some backlash and go, hey, that Scarborough guy doesn't know what he's talking about. Okay, well, the proof's in the pudding, buddy.
Don't worry,
okay?
I get it every day. Dude.
Right, I'm cool with that. I like for people to tell me I'm, whatever. That's cool, man, because, I'm going to learn from you, but I'm also going to let you know what I feel. If you ask me for my opinion, I'll give you my opinion. But if you don't ask me for my opinion, I'll still give it to you.
Hey, by the way, shout out to Raiders Nation since we're bandwagoning this shit now. Silver and black. silver and black. I'm on board. I am, and I'm buying my Raiders jersey ASAP.
Heck yes, dude.
I think we should come next week in Raiders jerseys.
I'm down. Yeah, I'm down. Someone send me a Raiders jersey, and Renfro.
Who would you get? You get Josh Jacobs?
Dude, I'm Renfro.
You're going Renfro? Yeah, you're going Renfro.
Dude?
I think I'm gonna go. I want a Devontae Adams Raiders jersey.
Oh, that's dirty.
I'm not gonna get Carr, dude. I'm not. That's cheesy as hell.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's hard for me to wear another man's jersey anyway.
There was a comedian that was on the other day, and he was like, "I don't understand these people. Can you imagine if it was any other job in the world and somebody came to your job dressed as you, like?"
Let's go. Let's go.
It's weird, right? It's weird. A bunch of dudes dress up like somebody and they go rid them on at their job. Like, it's strange. But it was
man.
That's what you do late night in Netflix, right?
Yeah.
Anyway. I love this show, man.
Me too, man. It's good to be back, man. I missed it, man.
Good to have you.
Dying. I was
Are we doing a show tomorrow?
Yeah, buddy.
Okay, we'll do a show tomorrow.
Yeah.
We're going to have a show tomorrow night. Screw it.
Yeah,
we were going to do it Thursday, but you're going somewhere on Thursday.
Yep.
And then, so we'll do another show live tomorrow. That works out.
Yep.
I'm down for that, man. Look, thank you, everybody that's paying attention. I got to thank a couple of people that make this show basically pay the bills for us. Yeah. Construction Concepts, man, changing corporate culture one design at a time, from hospitality, corporate, and luxury retail and medical facilities. Their team of experts can create or update a space that exceeds your expectations. Give them a call, 713-589-2682. That's buildithouston.com. Man, Mark and Josh, unbelievable job over there. Congratulations on all the awards you guys are getting here and in Austin.
Yeah.
Just killing it over there.
I need to talk to you, boys.
Also, Hybrid Technologies, Roy Stanton over there, 832-336-1201. When it comes to reliability, they're the ones you need. Phones, cable services, surveillance cameras, and cloud services. They are the bomb. And, of course, sitting over here at Christian's Tailgate, 2000 Bagby. We're going to be back here tomorrow night live, 6 to 7 p.m. on point. Thank all of y'all for your comments, paying attention to the show, doing your thing. Kevin Anthony, sorry about your Cowboys. Any last words, Mike?
Yeah, man, I do. My April is going to be super busy. I've got these things for the TCU Hall of Fame. I don't know if I'm going to be on the ballot or not, but I'm going to go do what they asked me to do. Sure. I've got the University of Texas golf tournament. I'm going to Vegas on the 7th to go meet with the NFLPA group. Chuck Liddell also is going to be part of the group. My daughter has a cheer competition, and it's, I guess, in the middle of April, and I might not be able to go, so I wanted to give a special shout out to my little daughter, Riley. She's 15 years old. She's a straight-up baller. She's beautiful. She's smart. She's a good student. I'm so very, very proud of her, and I look forward to, if I can get down there, I am going to get down there. I just need to know the date, so let's do this.
A month from today is my birthday, and not even getting my age. 1 month from today, so that'll be fun. We'll have the show somewhere. We'll do something.
I already told. That's the the orange-white game. Yeah.
Orange-white game? All right.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to that.
Yeah.
Real quick before we get out of here, Houston has a problem. I mentioned it at the top of the show, and I'm going to say this again for those of y'all that were not paying attention. Athletes that have left Houston, Texas since 2020. Deshaun Watson, J.J. Watt, DeAndre Hopkins, Garrett Cole, James Harden, Russell Westbrook, George Springer, and Carlos Correa. All have left the city of Houston in less than 2 years.
Is it like going to grandma and grandpa's house, coming to Houston, watch a sports game now?
No, I mean, I think they left because it was too much fun. Well, some of them did. But, like,
why'd you go to Minnesota, man? That's weak, bro.
Yeah, we haven't even touched on that. Tomorrow night, look, I didn't even get to the MLB segment, but tomorrow night I will have some MLB lined up for you, and we will talk about Carlos Correa to Minnesota. But right now, man, thank you guys for watching us with Sports with Balls. I'm Jeff Michael. This is Mike Scarborough, y'all. We're out of here.
Yeah.